One of the biggest myths out there is, well, a relationship should just be easy. First of all, if relationships were just easy, we would be really bored.
I saw something that you talked about recently about why it's really hard to create a relationship with someone who's not invested in you. And I'm curious, what are the signs that you can tell whether someone is invested in you or not? And why can you not build a relationship with someone who's not showing you these signs of investment?
Okay, so when someone is invested in you, like if you're starting to see someone, they actually are interested in you as a person. They want to know your story. They want to know the things that make you happy. They want to know the things that make you sad. And they are carving out space in their life for you versus someone who's always busy, um, not really interested in getting to know you on a deeper level, not really wanting to know your story, not making time to spend time with you. Time is such a precious resource for all of us. And most of the time, like if we're not making time for someone, we're not that interested. I guess sometimes it's that someone really is busy, but anything that you really want, anything that you really want to know, anything that you really want to acquire, anything that you want to uh, build something with, you're going to make the time. So it's investing time, it's investing energy, and someone really wanting to know you. They're asking questions. They want to know about your childhood. They want to know about your hobbies. It's not just, oh, let me vet you to see if you're the right person for me. It's like, I'm actually very interested in you. And that's attraction. And when we're attracted to someone, we want to do that. And then when we start to develop an emotional bond with someone, we want to know even more. And there are some people who are just not investing at the level that you are. They're not putting in. So another part of this is, so I was speaking a little bit more to like the beginning stages. But then when things it's like, okay, you're quote unquote in a relationship. You're not taking the time to work on what needs to be worked on inside of yourself and in the relationship to make the relationship wonderful. And because a relationship is something that is built, and it's only as healthy as the two people are behaving in it. So you can't, I think that one of the biggest myths out there is, well, a relationship should just be easy. And I think that well, there's a fine line. You have to know where you draw the line when something is just too hard.
Yes.
But easy? First of all, if relationships were just easy, we would be really bored. We need a little friction. We need friction to grow. We need friction to learn more about ourselves and to learn more about the other person. And so there are people who don't understand, lots of people, many, many people, because we're not really taught this unless we're modeled this by our parents, that your relationship is really dependent on what you put into it. It really is. And so if someone is not investing, they're not putting in the work to make it great. Like they're not going out of their way to be a great partner. They're not going out of their way to meet your needs. They're not going out of their way to communicate what their needs are. And, maybe that person just thinks, well, I can be in the relationship and just coast. And that's very frustrating for someone whose understanding of relationship is, no, we got to put the work in. And so you have one person who thinks a relationship should be easy, another person whose belief system includes, no, a relationship is what we make of it. And then you got a recipe for a clash, And so you can't build it with someone like that.
You mentioned something that, And a lot of people put their best foot forward in the beginning stages of dating, but then they'll start behaving differently, 2 years after the honeymoon phase or something. And you said something about,
months.
well, yeah, maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about having, a relationship is only as strong as two healthy people in it, or how healthy the individuals are in it. Is that correct?
How healthy they're behaving in it. Yeah, absolutely.
Why do people start behaving poorly after they're in a relationship?
Let's see. Let's take the whole hour. Right? Well, so
And why do people stay in a relationship once their partner starts consistently behaving poorly?
oh wow, these are two big subjects. Okay. So here's a reality to life and love. When we start seeing someone and we're attracted to them and they're attracted to us and we're excited about them, we want to seduce them. And this isn't necessarily, sure, there are the people out there who are manipulative and they're going to do all these games and they're wearing a thick mask. And then when the mask comes off, they're a real son of a, and they're really, really mean. Those people exist and they're incredibly toxic. But let's just talk about all the rest of us, right? So we put our best foot forward because we're marketing. We're in sales and marketing. It's like, how can I present myself to be the best person I can be? And a lot of times, unless it's someone very manipulative, a lot of times the person who we are in the beginning is actually who we are when we are unburdened by stress, monotony, negative moods. Like sometimes it really is like our highest self in the beginning. And sometimes it's just like, okay, maybe you're not being as authentic as you need to be. So we do that in the beginning because we want to, it's marketing and sales. And we're trying to seduce.
We want to close the deal.
We want to close the deal. And everyone is doing it whether they're conscious of it or not. It's not that there's no place for that, because that's going to happen, because oftentimes, because when we're attracted to someone, we're also really excited, right? And we're happy. But it's also important to have really important conversations of, hey, this is something that I struggle with. Whether it be like, I get really anxious sometimes, or sometimes, and I'm working on it, but sometimes I can get depressed. And this is what's going on when I am depressed. This is the support system that I have, but I want you to know that this is something that sometimes rears its head. Like the more real we can be with people in the beginning, the better. So I think I answered the first question, did I?
Yeah.
But what happens is that, well, let me go a little further. The masks come off and then we get comfortable. And it's almost like our partner becomes like a family member. And we think, oh, they'll love me anyway. I mean, here's the thing. It's a paradox. On the one hand, you want your partner to see you at your worst and still love you. And you want to see them at their worst and be like, you know what? If this is your worst, I love you. On the other hand, there is great value in continuing to be polite and to be kind and to really do your best, to put your best foot forward every day for yourself and for your partner. But it's an unrealistic expectation that you're always going to be that, because we're human beings and we're complicated and we have negative emotions and sadness and anger. These are all part of life. But where are you living emotionally? That's really what's important. What are you bringing consistently to the table? It's the consistency.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.